How would you describe in a nutshell your ordeal in a few words that you went through?
It was something that I never really felt before. I want to say, I really felt like my body just really really giving out on me. So I mean, it was a, how would I explain it? It's hard to really explain. I was really confused and lost on how my body was reacting to it. There was points where I felt like it was a struggle big time. There was points where I felt like I wouldn't make it through. Just reading everything. So I think more of it, a lot of it was also mentally. I think you in order to get through it, you got to be strong mentally, because I felt myself giving up mentally sometimes. Not being around people and being not being able to be around family. I was quarantined by myself completely. And so I think mentally it starts to break you down, and that makes it worse on your body.
And you're recovered now. How do you think you got it?
Just not being aware, not really protecting myself. Really not understanding the effects of everything. Thinking that I was always one of those guys who always thought maybe it's a conspiracy or something. And thinking that you'll never get it. So when I was in the East Coast, I was going out to the White House. I went to go visit the White House, thinking that nothing can happen to me, and it was, I think, pretty much is me being ignorant. My ignorance to the pandemic, was the reason why I caught it.
You do an inside the White House, like a White House tour?
No, I didn't do it inside the White House. Outside. I just did the outside,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was curious. Why do you think so many Hispanics are getting it? It's like 40, almost half the cases in the county are Hispanic. What do you think are some of the reasons why people are getting it that are Hispanic?
I think the lack of awareness, to be honest with you. I don't think, that we pay attention to our physical and mental health. And it's not even in the area that we're in, Hispanics, right? Like us, right? To me, I think in this area, I think it's a big thing. It's a big story. So my opinion on it is, with us, we work so much, and that's all we know is work. And so we don't pay attention to our mental health and our physical health. And we've always put we always put that work first. And you kind of when they're told to wear a mask, in my opinion, I think we're not just paying attention to it. I just think that really the reason why it hits us so much is of our lack of awareness. I wasn't raised watching the news all the time, because we've always seen the news as something that's broadcasting something, only the bad things,
Mm-hmm.
So I think the lack of awareness is the real reason why we don't have it, and understanding the causes of it.
Do you think you think it's also cultural too? Well, you're kind of alluding to that, anyways. Where families are real close knit in the Hispanic community.
Yeah. So in our Hispanic communities, we're so close and we're so family orientated. And where it comes back to the cultural thing, a lot of us live with so much of our family members. And that social distancing thing doesn't work necessarily when you live in a home full of people.
So there is some truth to that then, huh? Just the amount of people that live in the same household.
Yeah, the amount of people that live in the same household, you know what I mean? The social distancing is not easy for people. It's not easy for somebody to go get a hotel because I'm sick, or go locked in their room. Locking in your room mentally drives you crazy.
Yeah. How are you doing today? How are you doing today now?
Oh, I'm amazing. I feel really good. A lot of the stuff that I felt the reason why I really recovered, was the simplest things. I was eating an orange every morning. I was making sure I was getting sunlight. So lucky me, I had a patio that I was out there, staying on my patio every day. Eating an orange every morning, and I was also drinking these drinks that were created by a friend of mine, and it's a mixture of sea moss, ginger, hibiscus, and elderberry, and they were boiling it in the water for me. And as soon as I started drinking it, 6 days after drinking those every single day, all my symptoms went away.
Wow. do you have any permanent effects from it at all, or is it all gone?
No, to me, I feel like they're all gone. But one thing that I did realize that, like, that I started talking to people who do have it. We've all kind of had this thing that I hadn't seen that was a symptom. I started getting these itches, like in my arm, and it's crazy because another fellow coworker that I work with, we have the same scar because it was so itchy, and we started to look it up, and certain people are saying that that's another symptom from the virus, was they were getting itches, and we have the exact same scar from scratching so much on our arm, in my inner arm.
Wow. Finally, just real quick, what is it going to take to get the message out to the Hispanic community that this is a danger right now?
Honestly, I think the people who are aware of it, I think we as the Hispanic community, we need to reach out to our communities and explain to them how bad it is. Because even with the Hispanic community, we deal with a lot of diabetes, and we deal with a lot of people being overweight, and that hits our culture really bad. So even those underlining health issues that you have, what the virus does is it attacks it. So we need to spread their awareness to our people. You need to talk to your brothers. You need to talk to your sisters. The one we really got to talk to is our parents and our grandparents, because they, our culture is so built off pride, and really figuring everything out on our own. And right now we can't do that. Right now we should not be figuring things out on our own. We need to follow what's going on.